the money.
Here we go. Money talk.
Here comes the money. Money, money, money.
Would you look at that, Abe? Still talking about Epstein over here. I know a lot of people that are out there. The favorite talking point right now is blah, 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 reward Iran. So we'll stop talking about Epstein. All of these people that shout that, by the way, said Epstein was a conspiracy theory. Pizzagate was a conspiracy theory. QAnon was racist and a conspiracy theory about 12 minutes ago. But now, no, starting war in Iran, so nobody talks about this. No, I'm still going to talk about it. I can talk about a lot of things. Yeah. Talk about how Hillary Clinton tried to steal 2016. I talk about how Obama was born in Kenya. So, and I talk about this still, despite the fact that stuff's being blown up all over this place. I don't really care. Nope. We got to arrest Pederast's boys. And they try to tell everybody that he definitely, for serials, committed suicide in his jail cell. Right, Cash? We still saying that? Yeah, he's still going to try to gaslight and float that turd. You too, Bongino? That's a weird thing out there. This guy was totally murdered. Totally. The mere fact that you keep showing me stupid footage like this, by the way, that's not his jail cell. They keep showing this angle. This is the only angle that this prison had with functioning cameras was this right there. That's not his jail cell. That's not his jail cell. They want you to think that's his jail cell. They clearly imply that's his jail cell, but it's not. They go, oh, well, this is the only angle that we have with the staircase that leads to his wing. And so they go, oh, the staircase right there on the left-hand side that leads to his wing. No, it's not even that staircase. There's another staircase that you can see 1 pixel of on the right. That's... No. The entire thing's a scam, and nobody was ever held accountable. Not only for their, let's play along with the official narrative, and that prison guard right there, in fact, took a sleepy, took a little nappy. Yeah, not fired for that. You could just fall asleep as a prison guard in this prison. Nobody gets in trouble for that. Nobody gets written up. Nobody gets fired. Don't remember that. And you can sit there and go, well, that's just negligence. You're like, oh, man, you fell asleep. That's crazy. You booed through that. Well, the guy killed himself. That's interesting. So you were asleep when he killed himself. I mean, are you always asleep? Are you always? Is it just a statistical anomaly that the one time in your storied career that you fell asleep, the dude on Suicide Watch killed himself? No, nobody's buying that. And it's not even that, by the way. It's that, and that individual forged prison documentation, right? There's a whole bunch of operating procedures. You got logs, right? Oh, I checked this time. I checked that time. I signed in. I washed my hands and pissed. Those logs were all falsified. I mean, that's not a crime. I mean, screw being fired. Aren't you arrested? What's the point of this documentation if falsifying it and falling asleep, which then leads to a dude being able to kill himself? Well, again, your sole job was to watch the camera, make sure he doesn't kill himself. You fell asleep and you fudged documents and you fudged the logs. And none of that's a crime? None of that's a crime? Come on. So we already knew about all of that, by the way, right? Because the charges were dropped against this idiot, by the way. So she ends up in court. Her and the other guy end up in court. And they get set free by the judge. But now we learned some interesting new tidbits, such as prison guard for Jeffrey Epstein Googled him. Not fondled his butthole, boys. No, I mean on the computer. Minutes before she woke up and she was like, let me Google Jeffrey Epstein. And then he's dead 5 minutes later. What? Oh, yeah, no. Again, cash money, statistical anomaly, right? Yeah, no. They also found that this prison guard made a mysterious $5,000 cash money deposit 10 days before Epstein's death, according to the New York Post. Finding this all out almost 10 years later. We didn't have any. So this was investigated. You found it, and this is the only information that doesn't leak, by the way. Everything else leaks like a sieve. But you just found $5,000. Indian casino, guys. Indian casino. Well, the Indian casino would have records of them losing to you $5,000. So we could look that up. Okay, well, I found it in a Walmart parking lot. Tova was previously accused of falsifying records. Her charges were dropped. So I guess I shouldn't say that she fudged documentation. She was alleged to. Couldn't possibly have done it because she was set free. Charges dropped. Wow, that's okay. So you can fall asleep at work. Logs can be forged or fudged. Probably not by you, of course, because you didn't get arrested for doing that. You just happened to find $5,000 10 days before this, and you were Googling him 5 minutes before he died. This is all a coincidence, everybody. Every aspect. This always happens. She woke up from her nap and then Googled him at 5:42, and then again at 5:52. Less than 40 minutes before her colleague, correctional officer Michael, found the disgraced financier dead because he was hanged at 6:30. Ella also reports that Chase Bank flagged the cash deposits in Noel's bank account as suspicious activity report to the FBI in 2019. One deposit was for $5,000. There was multiple deposits. Is that what you're saying? One deposit was for $5,000. On the 30th, 10 days later, they found the dude dead. So it was never going to be easy thrusting out into the world's eye view out in the sunshine a global elite of child eating and raping monsters. It was never going to be easy, guys. We're in for a long slog over here. But here's another piece. There's no way that this dude committed suicide. It's impossible. This is way too many crazy factors. It's insane. It's just not at all possible. It's dumb. You're an idiot if you think this guy committed suicide. He committed suicide, and all of these fortuitous events align themselves like the planets, some sort of occult religion, a sacrifice, and he just killed. No. Come on. This is ridiculous. But there you have it, guys. Is he alive? Is he dead? Was he moved out? Here's what I know. Everything's on the table. Consider everything but the official narrative is on the table, considering how dumb the official narrative is. All right, guys. Thanks so much for watching the video. Support channel. Keep up to date on Epstein. Hit the subscribe button and make way, because the salt must flow.